Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today for our Nexford Virtual Tour. I'd love to learn more about the attendees we have on the call so far. I see Abubakar, Bengali, Ekimeni, Imran, Lucy, Malumbo, Muhammad, Ruby. We've got Leta as well. Thanks for joining us today. Please feel free to jump in the chat. Let us know more about you. Where in the world are you joining us from today, and which Nexford program do you wish to enroll in? It'd be great to learn more about you. I see some people jumping on the chat already. Hi, Swatini, you're interested in an MSc in data analytics. That's a great choice. Or MSDA. Hi, Bengali from Kenya. You'd like to enroll in a master's in business and administration program. We've got Ruby from Kenya. Wonderful. Great to have you guys today. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Lucy. Lucy's also from Kenya. Great to have you. Hello, Anu from Nigeria. Wonderful. All right, it's great to see introductions from everybody, so it's only right that I introduce myself as well. My name is Mai, and I'm a senior Nexford application specialist. I also work with the marketing team, and I've been with Nexford for more than 6 years now. During that time, I have spoken with many aspiring learners such as you guys who wish to learn more about Nexford University, about our programs, about the learning experience, about whether or not you receive support throughout your learning journey, and how, of course, online learning is different from other online programs or other online universities around the world. I'm sure you have a ton of more questions, and we're here to answer them today. We're also here to tell you more about Nexford if you haven't gotten the chance to do your research or check our website, or perhaps you haven't connected yet with a team member at Nexford to learn more. Then we're here today to answer these questions for you and shed some light on the Nexford learning experience. And to help do that with me today, we've got some Nexford team members as well as a Nexford learner. So we have Dr. Bill Reed, a faculty member. If you could please introduce yourself to everybody, Dr. Bill.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Dr. Bill. I have been with Nexford for 4.5, 5 years now, and I teach what many consider to be the first course you may see in the business program. I enjoy being here. I live in the United States. I'm about 65 miles, 100 kilometers or so south of New York City. So I'm in the Eastern time zone, and I've been teaching online for over 20 years at this point in the business area and online. So I look forward to talking to you later, and welcome.
Amazing. Great to have you, Dr. Bill. Excited for today. Next, I want to introduce Heidi Boyd, who's our admissions director at Nexford.
Thank you, Mai. Welcome, everybody. So happy to have this time with you. I am based in Cleveland, Ohio, also on the Eastern time zone, and I have been in higher education admissions for almost 20 years, with Nexford coming up into almost a year. Wow. But so excited to be able to be here and share more about us and learn more about you.
Amazing. Thanks, Heidi. Great to have you. All right, we'd love to introduce next Felipe, who is a Nexford learner. Please let everybody know more about you and which Nexford program you're studying.
Hi, nice to meet you all. My name is Felipe. I'm from Bogota, Colombia, in South America. I'm currently enrolled in the MCT of Digital Transformation. I have been a learner since December last year and happy to share my experience with you.
Fantastic. Great to have you, Felipe. All right, let's get started, guys. So this is just an overview of what we're going to cover today. We'll be on the call for about an hour. It may run over sometimes, should you guys have a lot of amazing questions for us, which we anticipate. But first of all, we're going to just cover the Nexford learning experience, the programs that we have at Nexford, the application process, and scholarship opportunities at Nexford, and then walk you through the actual virtual tour of the online learning platform, as well as how the classroom is going to be like at Nexford, and of course all of the learner benefits like career services as well as NexPath, and then finally the Q&A. So don't hesitate to jump on the chat on the Q&A area already to let us know the questions that you have, and we'll get to them at the end. And with that, I'd love to give the mic here to Heidi to start everybody off on Nexford.
Thank you so much, Mai. So at Nexford University, we have really reimagined what modern university experiences should look like. accessible, flexible, built around your goals. And if you haven't spoken with an Nexford application specialist yet, highly recommend it. I know many of you have, and those conversations are always around your goals. You know, what your motivation is, what your dreams are financially, professionally, personally, and that theme you'll see throughout your education when you're in class with Dr. Bill and all of your other instructors, when you're working with career services. Everything is about you and your goals here. So we're designed for career-driven learners globally who want to build in-demand skills while earning recognized and accredited credentials. Instead of following old traditional campus models, we've created a 100% online learning experience that really fits the way we all live and work today. So thanks to technology, we are able to deliver a world-class education at a fraction of the cost of traditional universities. And because our programs are competency-based and focused on real workplace skills, the return on investment often comes faster than you would expect. So whether you're looking to upskill, change careers, get ahead in your current role, Nexford equips you with practical job-ready skills that really make a real impact pretty quickly. So here is some feedback from one of our MBA graduates, Jason Weimer. Jason is an American living in Thailand who started his own graphic design business there. And after years of running it, just realized there was still so much that he wanted to learn and needed to learn, especially around leadership, integrating tech into his work. And so he chose Nexford because our programs gave him the flexibility to study online while he could continue to focus on his business, grow his company around multiple countries. His specialization in advanced AI provided him with all the insights and skills that helped him rethink how design, tech, and data can work together. And whether it's using customer data to improve operations or applying AI concepts to streamline inventory and enhance decision making. So here's Jason. Oh, Mai, you're muted if you're.
Yes, apologies for that. So here we've got a welcome video from our founder and our CEO, Fadil Tarzi, where he tells everybody a little bit more about Nexford and Nexford's mission and how we got started. So I'd love to play this for everybody just for a few seconds.
It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams. So why not dream big? I've always known education changes lives, but I first realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to find people with the right competencies. For example, I couldn't find a software engineer with effective communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could plan. I thought to myself, is this why unemployment stats of college graduates grab so many media headlines? And it's not a graduate's fault. Burdened by heavy debt, cohorts of learners walk away from university unprepared with work. That's why I set out to create a university for you, one that I'm convinced has the potential to positively impact lives as well as millions worldwide. I'm Fadil Al-Tarzi, and I can proudly say that I'm the founder and CEO of Nexford University.
All right, that is just a sneak peek. Hopefully you can watch it in its entirety once you get enrolled at Nexford. You'll find this video included in your Nexford orientation course, which is one of the courses you'll take once you get enrolled at Nexford and have access to the online learning platform, which is Canvas. And this is the very early on. It's in the introduction in the first module there to help you get started.
Thank you so much for that, Mai. I was thinking Jason's was a video. And thank you also for joining us, Fadil. It's always good to see him, a little bit of him. Felipe, before we move on, I would love to hear if you can recall back to probably November, December of last year before you were getting started, like what made you choose Nexford and anything about your research and kind of what brought you here. Thank you.
Sure. So actually, I was looking to growth in my career, right? And I just had a deep discussion with ChatGPT, trying to figure out what was the best course of action, which was the university that will provide me a good, insight in the student area that I wanted, that was digital transformation, but also that allowed me to manage my own time. After a long discussion with ChatGPT and a lot of investigation in the website and everything, I decided to go into NXU.
Thank you for sharing that. It's so interesting to hear the Chat GPT. It comes up a lot. But love that. Thank you for sharing, Felipe. So why learners choose Nexford? So here's some more feedback. So we are kind of four things we'll touch on here. So we've talked about online learning and flexibility. We've never been a traditional university that had to catch up and become online, as you've seen kind of all over around us. So we were built from day one. Every part of this experience was designed with global learners in mind. So you learn on your terms from anywhere in the world. Our licensure is in Washington, D.C. We're accredited by the Distance Education Accrediting Commission in the United States, which means we meet rigorous standards for quality and relevance. Our accreditation reflects our commitment to delivering programs that truly impact careers. The relevancy and flexibility, because today's world moves so fast, we keep our programs updated with latest industry trends. You're not learning theory, you're building skill sets and that employers are looking for. And then we get that life doesn't run on a fixed schedule, and having flexibility is so important for all of us. And our courses are not self-paced. There are deliverables within each course, and you have an instructor like Dr. Bill kind of working with you. But you can finish each one in up to 8 weeks or sooner if you choose to and are able to. And we'll talk more about that a little bit later. If you're doing well academically, you can even have the option to take more than one class at a time later in the program. And with our pay-as-you-go model, you really can plan your learning around your budget and schedule. And I think a big reason a lot of students sometimes choose to do a program, or sometimes something you might not even think about, is the community that you're going to plug into. While everything is online, you're not alone, whether it's in support or in networking and community. You're going to be part of a global supportive network of students and learners, staff. Everyone you see in front of you represents just a small fraction of all of the people that are very excited to have you join us. So connecting with peers, faculty, and professionals from all over the world who are all on a similar journey and a like-minded path. So thank you so much for I'll hand it back over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Heidi. That was great. I do want to touch up a little bit more on the accreditation, because I know this is one of the common questions that we get. So as Heidi said, yes, Nexford is accredited by the Distance Education Accrediting Commission, which is the DEAC for short. The DEAC is listed by the U.S. Department of Education as a recognized accrediting agency and is recognized by the Council for Higher Education, which is CHIA for short. We're also licensed by the Higher Education Licensure Commission, which is HELC, in Washington, D.C., and that is the same organization that licenses all physical universities operating in Washington, D.C. Now, one of the things that really sets Nexford apart is how predictable and flexible our tuition is. You pay a flat monthly rate with no big upfront fees, no hidden charges. Whether you take one course or more, your monthly cost stays the same. So it's super easy to budget. And here's the best part: the faster that you finish, the less that you would pay overall. If you complete your master's in just 12 months, for example, you'll only pay for those 12 months. If you take the average, 18 months, you can pay for 18. And, if life gets in the way and you need more time, you'll never pay for more than 23 months in the MBA program, as long as, of course, you finish within 27 months for a master's degree, which is our maximum at Nexford. But this applies to all of our degrees, so even our bachelor's degree as well. If you take longer, you might pay until a maximum amount as well for the BBA. You will just never pay for more than the average program length. So it's all designed to give you peace of mind and real flexibility, so you can move at a pace that works for you without having to worry about any penalties or any surprise costs. Now, we designed our programs using what we call the workforce alignment model. This approach ensures that our programs are forward-looking and they're built around the skills that employers are actively seeking today. To achieve this, we combine in-depth research with insights from a global advisory board of industry experts. Our advisory board plays a key role in shaping our programs, comprising leaders across various industries, and the board meets with us multiple times a year to review new offerings and to recommend updates to existing ones. And by the way, you didn't hear it from me, but we are launching new programs at Nexford very soon, so stay tuned for updates on that. And our mission is to help learners connect with the careers that they aspire to, ultimately, right? We offer a range of flexible learning options to support that goal. So we specialize in business and business technology, as you can see, offering programs like the MBA, the Master of Science in Digital Transformation, Data Analytics, and Entrepreneurship. Our BBA program also offers specializations in high-demand areas such as AI, business analytics, entrepreneurship, and digital marketing. And we're going to, dive into the master programs and the bachelor's degree a little more in a few minutes. We offer 2 career pathway certificates also, our operations management and professional sales, and each is tailored to prepare learners for in-demand entry-level roles that do not even require a bachelor's degree. And then for those that are looking to build targeted skills without committing to a full degree, we offer short courses that can be completed in just 1 to 2 months, and I'll tell you more about that as well. So while our foundation has always been rooted in business, we've continually evolved to integrate technology and emphasize power skills such as communication, collaboration, and critical thinking. After all, having the knowledge is essential, yes, but knowing how to work effectively with others is just as important for long-term success. Now let's dive into some of those programs as promised, starting with our graduate degrees. So you'll see a sort of program comparison here between our different master's programs that we have on offer right now. At the bottom here, you'll see the average duration or completion time for each degree, and that is 18 months for all of our master degrees, even though our Master of Science in Entrepreneurship or our MSE program has 16 courses compared to 12 in the rest. But you'll see that within those 16 courses, there are 12 actual single courses, and then 4 are seminars. And then we have the breakdown of the core focus, the possible job roles for each of these programs, a typical learner profile as well, and the skills that are covered, as well as some course highlights. So feel free to take a screenshot here, but just a reminder, this is all available on our website, and you can always get in touch with a Nexford application specialist to help you with this as well. But let's start talking about the Master of Science, the Master in Business Administration, our MBA program. So if you're somebody who is aiming to grow your career at the crossroads of business, tech, and leadership, then this program is a great fit. It's designed for professionals who want to boost their strategic thinking and leadership skills in a global context. So typical roles after completing this MBA include senior positions like Chief Operating Officer, Management Consultant, or Marketing Director. At its core, this program builds well-rounded expertise in business management, leadership, and strategic planning, skills that are valuable across any industry. And then if you want to look at our Master of Science in Digital Transformation instead, you'll see that it is perfect for professionals that are leading digital initiatives who want to deepen their ability to drive innovation through tech or through technology. So graduates often step into roles such as digital innovation specialist or chief digital officer, positions where you're responsible for steering a company's digital future. The main focus here is on using cutting-edge technologies like AI, cybersecurity, and data science to create real business value and improve operations. And then for anybody looking to sharpen their technical and analytical skills, then the MSDA or the Master of Science in Data Analytics is a program that offers a solid foundation to thrive in data-driven environments. And it's there for anyone looking to sharpen their technical and analytical skills. It prepares you for roles like a data scientist, a business intelligence analyst, or finance data manager, positions where data truly drives decision-making. And the focus will be on helping you master the tools and techniques used to analyze data, uncover insights, and guide smarter business strategies. Now, finally, if you're passionate about launching a business or driving innovation from within a company, then the MSE or the Master of Science in Entrepreneurship is right for you. It's tailored for aspiring founders or future startup leaders. Think startup founder, VC analyst, or even someone building a new venture from the ground up. At its heart, this degree teaches you how to turn innovative ideas into successful ventures through smart strategy, funding know-how, and practical startup skills. All right, and here you're going to find some example projects for each of these degree programs and what learning could look like in each of these master programs. So the big thing to know here is we don't follow the traditional school model where you're just reading theory and memorizing for exams. We don't want our learners falling asleep. There's always something keeping you engaged. So instead, you'll be working on real projects that mirror what professionals are actually doing in the workplace. These are the sample projects you'd be working on. It's very practical. As you can see, so in one course, you might be developing a market entry plan for a new region or using AI to help a healthcare company improve patient care. You could also be working on things like data storytelling or even building out a product roadmap for a startup. The point is every project is practical and it's designed to help you build the skills you will need on the job. So by the time that you graduate, you'll already have a portfolio of work that shows what you can do and not just a degree. I'll also show you later how we bring in business tech and AI tools into the learning process. So it's all about keeping things relevant to today's world. Now, some final features about our master's programs. So for our MBA program, you'll see that you can choose from 6 in-demand specializations like AI or e-commerce or cybersecurity or sustainability and so on. You'll see for our MSDA and our MSDT, we have a partnership with CompTIA. CompTIA is the world's most trusted certifying body of IT professionals. They're the largest vendor-neutral credentialing program for technology workers. CompTIA has awarded more than 2.5 million certifications in areas such as cybersecurity, networking, cloud computing, and technical support. The MSDT program curriculum includes integrated CompTIA certification preparation courses like Network Plus, Project Plus, Security Plus, and these become accessible after reaching the halfway point of your program without any extra charges. These courses can be accessed through your online learning platform already, which is Canvas. And with the MSDA program, you'll also have the opportunity to earn the Data Plus CompTIA certification, adding even more value to your learning experience. For our MSE program, this includes a series of live and collaborative seminars, as I mentioned earlier, each comprising 2 live sessions where you'll connect with peers, you'll build networks, and you'll learn from the best. Participation in these seminars is strongly encouraged, as course assessments will require learners to reflect on the sessions that they attend. So each seminar includes both group and individual projects and assignments. All right, let us cover our undergraduate degree program, our BBA, our Bachelor's in Business Administration. And this is really designed for aspiring professionals who want a solid foundation in business. So whether you're aiming to move up in your current role or switch careers or start your own business, then definitely go for the BBA. We see learners from all kinds of backgrounds: HR, operations, marketing, finance, and even tech. Some are fresh out of high school, while others are already working and want to level up. What sets this BBA apart is how practical it is. You won't just learn theory, you'll apply it to real projects like creating and presenting a personal leadership plan, sharpening your strategic and communication skills, and you can boost your market value even more by specializing in not 1, but up to 4 of our 6 BBA specializations on offer. So you can take 4 specializations. And you can also get credit for prior learning, like previous coursework for industry certifications. You can earn 2 degrees, an associate degree after just completing 20 courses in your BBA, and then of course complete it with a full BBA at the end after 40 courses. And then finally, you can take up to 4 MBA or MSDT courses while still in your BBA, saving you a lot of time and tuition. So again, it's all designed to accelerate your career and to help you stand out from very early on. Okay, let's move on to the application process at Nexford, starting with scholarship opportunities. Again, a popular question, I know. So we do offer scholarships for international students around the world. You just need to make sure that you still meet, of course, the admission requirements for the Nexford program that you're applying for. You'll see that these apply to our degree programs, all of our masters, as well as our bachelor's program and our associate degree, our AAS, also our career pathway certificates. We also have a mini MBA, guys, by the way, but you know, you guys can ask about that in the chat. We can talk about it later. But anyway, for the scholarship opportunities, you know, there is a scholarship link that can be shared with you where you can fill the scholarship form, and then should you get a positive response to the scholarship offer, you can get anywhere, I think, from 10% to maybe 25% or 30%. Again, this varies each month. It varies on, you know, depends on which program you're applying for and from which country you're applying from. And it's based on merit, of course, as well. Our scholarships committee will review your application, but I wish you the best of luck if you try for this, of course. Okay, so those admission requirements I was just talking about that you still need to meet when it comes to degrees, to degree programs. Often we ask to receive the official transcript from your previous university or your previous school. So we only consider it to be official if it's sent to us directly from your previous institution. However, you can apply with a copy of that. That'll be an unofficial copy just to get you started. You can start learning with us already, and we'll give you from 60 to 90 days to provide the missing documents. And when I say documents with a plural, I mean because this also applies to our English proficiency exam. So some international learners may be asked to submit proof of English proficiency. And when I say some, for example, if you know, your previous school shows that the main language of instruction was already English, you're not going to be required to provide an English test or anything like that. Your statement of results or your transcript will be enough. And you'll see that there's a little message here about our single courses. So we've made the Nexford registration process easier for these single courses. You get to skip the application stage, which involves paying a $25 application fee and so on. You get to jump into the enrollment stage right away, which means you can get started or, you know, start learning as soon as September 1 without paying an application fee. And you only need to pay the one-time tuition fee for that single course of your interest. And regardless of what you're applying for, whether it's a degree or single courses, all applicants must provide the following documents on the screen here. That is your government issued identification, your ID, passport quality photo, and of course, official transcript, like I mentioned, and then English proficiency, as I covered as well. On the right side here, we have, you know, some specific details about what we need your bachelor's degree to be in order to qualify you for the master's degree that you're applying for. Regardless which, you know, master's degree you're applying for, of course, your bachelor's degree needs to be from an accredited university. Okay, we're done with that part. Then we need to check what field was it in. So if, for example, if you studied nursing and you want to apply for our MBA, you can still qualify, but we will ask you to take a business fundamentals course prior to degree enrollment. So we have these prerequisites, these sort of foundation courses or fundamental courses for each of our master degrees program that you may be required to take depending on what your you know, previous education was in. All right. And for our undergraduate degree, our BBA, of course, we just require that you have a high school certificate or what is equivalent to a high school certificate. Now for the actual application process, now that you've reviewed our admission requirements, you simply need to go to apply.nxu.nexford.edu to start your application and then submit your application with a $25 application fee for the submission and review of it. And then you can receive an admissions decision within 1 to 2 business days. If everything is clear in your application, you can even receive a same-day decision, and that does happen sometimes. Especially around enrollment deadline, which is today, by the way, guys. You'll see at the bottom right here, it says you need to confirm your enrollment by August 28th. So after the application process, after our admissions team have told you, yes, you've been accepted to Nexford, you need to move on to the enrollment stage, which involves going back to the website mentioned here. You confirm your enrollment, you sign the enrollment agreement, you select a start date up to 3 months ahead. So you can get enrolled today, but if for some reason, you know, personal, professional, whichever, you're not able to start your program, you know, let's say September 1, you can get enrolled to get that out of the way. That also means you have early access to all of the learner benefits we're going to cover very shortly. And it means, you know, you don't have the headache of still wondering if you're going to miss the next deadline or anything like that. You can get enrolled, get that out of the way, and still choose a future start date up to 3 months ahead. So you can start September 1, October 1, or even November 1. And of course, the enrollment stage stage does involve you paying at least the first month of your program tuition to complete your enrollment and secure your admission into Nexford. And then that's it. You start your program on the date that you select. So mark your calendars, guys. 28th, that is today. Often it is the 28th of each month. That is the enrollment deadline prior to the next intake. Okay, before we jump into the actual virtual tour portion of today, I want to talk about some positive learner outcomes as to why we do what we do at Nexford University. So we ran an alumni survey for our graduates just last year, and looking at these alumni outcomes, it's very clear that Nexford graduates are making real career moves. 96% are employed full-time at global companies, showing that the skills that they've gained are highly valued in the job market. 80% have been promoted within just 18 months. 84% of our alumni are already in leadership roles today, reflecting that the program's emphasis on leadership development and its impact on career advancement. And it doesn't stop there. Nexford alumni are thriving in innovative industries. 74% are employed in ICT, finance, and operations, or operation sectors, proving that our graduates have the skills to succeed in fast evolving fields. Then finally, the best proof of impact comes from those who have experienced it firsthand. 98% of our alumni would recommend Nexford, which is a testament to the value that they've gained. All right, finally, the virtual tour portion, guys. So once you're enrolled at Nexford, you will get access, like I said, to our learning management system called Canvas. There's also a Canvas student application that you can download. Right on the dashboard, you'll find My NXU. You can think of it as your personal command center. It's where your Nexford journey begins, and it connects you to everything you need to succeed. In the program area, you'll see your entire learning path laid out. That's where you can track your progress. You can see your scores. You can access your courses. When you tap on any course, you'll get an overview of what you're going to learn and the skills you're expected to gain. Now, the courses are designed to be super relevant to the workplace, but also engaging. So each course is organized into modules that match specific learning outcomes. And inside, you'll find videos, downloadable resources, and interactive exercises to keep things, interesting and hands-on. And when it comes to assignments, you can get ready for practical work. These aren't just for grades. They help you build real skills and a strong portfolio that you can show to employers. And just because it's online, it doesn't mean you're on your own. With live lectures, you'll connect with instructors and classmates. You can get one-on-one support from faculty members and join discussions through course boards and chats. So learning here is always a shared experience. And from day one, you'll go through the NXU orientation course, like I said, which sets you up with everything you need to get started smoothly. And if you need help along the way, we've got you with our success advisors that are available nearly 24/7 for anything from tech support to personalized academic guidance. You can even book one-on-one advising sessions whenever you need. And to support your academic writing, you'll see that we have a writing lab that's always available to you where you can get expert help, you can strengthen your skills, and you can learn how to use AI responsibly in research and in assignments. You'll also get access to our full online library called Learn, with more than 60 million databases, articles, and publications, and they're all included and available whenever you need them. So at Nexford, everything again is, set up to help you learn and to help you grow and to help you succeed. Before moving on here, I have a question for Dr. Bill. Can you tell us more about these monthly live sessions that faculty members hold with learners?
I sure can. Thank you. You did a fine job of the overview here. Well, twice a month in every course, the faculty member will hold a live session. This is often driven by the questions and concerns the learners may have in that particular course. Content, theory, whatever we're talking about, we go over it, explain the textbook, explain the material itself, relate the material from the textbooks to everyday business management, and particularly in a global one in my course. We also bring in your questions, and if the particular about a project, a particular assignment, and what it means. We go over what we've been reading about the last few weeks. Also, we're able to bring in examples that the students may have. They may bring they're planning a business, they're planning to expand the business, or they work for a large corporation, or they work for a very small business. All these examples come to light in these arenas, One quick example, last year we were talking, we had a student from Nigeria who was moving to the Philippines, and that student had his mom made excellent bread. And in a matter of a few minutes, we had a consulting team on the call helping this gentleman plan his move to the Philippines and opening up a bread shop based on mom's recipe. Now, that's a little unusual. We're talking about a global business, but it represents the scope and the meaningfulness of how we can bring reality into the classroom. I think you'll see this in many cases. Now, sometimes the lectures are small, not many people attend. Sometimes they're packed full. This is up to you. If you want to partake in these lectures, that's fine. If you can't make it, that's fine. They're all recorded and available for you to view at your time. If something comes up during the course or in the lecture, in my course, I invite you to sit down with me. We'll get together in a meeting for 10 or 15 minutes and go over your particular concern or your particular question about the topic or implementing it. I think this just goes to show the dedication that Nexford has to personalizing what could be a very complicated process. It is not complicated at all. Our platform that we do our instructing on, called Canvas, is, in my opinion, one of the most user-friendly in the world, and that includes for the professors as well. So the classroom is a place where we present the material. Of course, the content is most important, but bringing in the reality of experiences from Africa, from Middle East, from South America, from wherever we may be, and bringing in the examples really enriches the learning experience when we have these lectures twice a month, sessions twice a month. Thank you.
I have another question also for you, Dr. Bill. Would you say that you communicate with most of your students?
Sure. Most of the students, we have a messaging system in the classroom. You can type a message, I get it. I check my messages every day. You get an answer back from me either the same day or the next morning, depending on where on the planet you're located. And we also have the ability to have sessions additionally to that. So if you have a question about a particular item, you can put it in there and it comes in, we answer it. If it's a specific question, we can handle it individually. If it's something, I will share it through the announcement area in the course. And anything that comes up of interest or so on, I share in the course through announcements. And of course, you do get individual feedback on your assignments. That is personal. That's directed directly to the individual who wrote the assignment, and you'll get feedback from me and other professors. Yes, you did this. Did you think about this? Did you think about how this would work in that situation? Or maybe you didn't think about this part of it, and well, you should incorporate that in your answer. So you get the experience of your faculty, which is extensive. I know many of the faculty here from being in this arena for so long. But the feedback, both from the content and from experiential learning, is certainly available. And I have not heard of anyone complaining about not getting an answer quickly. I don't want to slow you up. That's why I try to get back to you right away, most do, because we do admit this is a fast-moving program.
Breeding ground for success, I would say. Felipe, I would love to pick your brain. Could you share a little bit about your experience working with the success team while you've been here as a learner?
Yeah, sure. So, well, that's a really good question. I appreciate it because I will describe the success team as your fairy godmother. Basically, they are always there for you. They are always helping you obtain I mean, success in your career, success in your studies. I recall a situation, where I was really worried that for some reason regarding work, I wasn't able to submit an assignment, and I was low. My work is ending. I'm gonna fail my course and all of this, and I reach out to my my alumni success, and they just reassure me in a way that I get to understand, hey, this is not the end of the world. I can pass my course without any issue. So I would say that, and I will describe this as, you are not another tuition fee for the success team. You are actually a student, a person that there's going to be there to listen to you, to help you through the process, and to actually obtain what you want, that is to graduate from the course.
That's so nice to hear. Thanks for sharing that, Felipe. That's all the questions I had for these two so far. Thanks so much for the tour. That was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Heidi. And thank you also for your answers, Felipe. I definitely have more questions for you. We'll get to that very shortly. But more on the learning experience, I want to talk about this amazing discussion board called Harmonize. So we know that connection at Nexford, and engagement are key to online learning success. And that is why we've introduced a powerful tool called Harmonize. It's an interactive discussion board platform that is designed to bring our global classroom to life. With Harmonize integrated in some of our courses, learners can go beyond basic text replies. You can share video responses. Oh, sorry, I forgot to play the video for you guys here. Let's do this, so you guys can have a better idea. There we go. So with Harmonize integrated in some of our courses, you'll see that learners can go beyond basic text replies, like I said, and you can, share video responses. You can share voice notes, images, or even presentations, creating a more dynamic and human way to connect with your peers and your faculty members. So it supports both casual and also low stakes conversations, like course introductions, as well as more structured discussions that are tied to assignments. So Harmonize allows you for role play scenarios and multimedia-based peer reviews, skills that mirror real-world communication and collaboration. So for example, you might respond to a business scenario as if you were presenting it to a client, and then you can get feedback from your classmates before submitting a final version to your professor. And as you can see, it kind of feels like an online social media platform because you get to see the faces of other learners, you get to interact in different ways, you get to comment on each other's posts, help each other, engage, and so much more. Now, I want to talk about career services, NexPath. So we don't just prepare you for your next job, but for a lifelong career. NexPath is our AI-powered career hub that is designed to give you the tools, the clarity, and the confidence to reach your professional goals. It helps you explore your interests, understand your personality, and align your education with your career direction through built-in assessments. You'll have access to Carrie, which is your 24/7 AI career assistant, who answers all of your career questions in real time and offers tailored advice on job paths, industry outlooks, and next steps, so you're never left guessing. And our AI resume and interview platform gives you state-of-the-art assistance, getting you your most important job search tools moving in the right direction. NexPath goes further by offering virtual work experiences through Forage, and I'll cover that later, as well as unlimited LinkedIn Learning access. And all of that is, designed to build your skills and, of course, grow your confidence. What makes Nexford truly different is how we embed career readiness into your learning journey from day one. It's not just after graduation. And coming soon, you'll see career-focused lessons integrated throughout your program, teaching you how to search for jobs, how to thrive in them while you're studying.
Love that. Thank you so much, Mai. Can I ask Felipe a question?
Yeah.
Felipe, I would love to hear a little bit about your experience in like the networking and connection. If you've made any relationships, it's coming up to almost a year. If you have any friends that you've been in class with or networking opportunities.
Yeah, sure. So I would summarize this saying that my LinkedIn is now full of connections. So in most of the courses, in most of the classes, we have the opportunity to have discussion boards where we can network. Actually, I had like a study case of study of my own company, of the company of where I work, and I discussed with my partners, and I actually got to solve the issue that I had at hand at the moment. And through LinkedIn and all of this and all the possibilities of networking has not only opened the opportunity to get to know, or let's call it in my continent, but I have expanded my networking to every continent in the world. So this has been really, really useful because it has given me insights on how the processes inside the organization can be carried out in different parts of the world.
Mm-hmm. Well, and thanks for adding the tidbit of the learn today, apply tomorrow, and solve problems going on at your company, just while, you haven't even been in a student like for a whole year. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
Incredible. I always find the Nexford learners like very quickly have great advice they can already impart to new learners, even if they haven't, been studying with Nexford very long. Like you guys get the hang of it very quickly. And then, there's like, that's why I love these virtual tours that we do as well. And having you on as well, Felipe, to give this advice to aspiring learners is fantastic. All right, we are nearing the end here almost, guys. We'll just cover more of the career services. I know I mentioned earlier LinkedIn Learning, so I want to tell you more about that. As a Nexford learner, you will have unlimited access to over 16,000 expert-led courses and videos covering a wide range of topics. And each completed course provides a certificate that you can showcase on your LinkedIn profile, or you can add to your CV or your resume, which is a great way to stand out to employers. LinkedIn Learning is typically a paid feature. So with Nexford, it's already included in your tuition with no additional cost. And for example, if you're studying data analytics at Nexford, but you seem to have an interest in marketing or any other area, you can take additional LinkedIn Learning courses to broaden your skill set and to boost your resume. And like I said, if you enroll early, you'll have early access to LinkedIn Learning, as well as all of our career services that we're covering today. All right, so within our career services, you can access this on our website as well. You'll see that we've partnered up with IBM Africa to make the Digital Nation Africa, or DNA program, available to all of our African-based learners at no extra cost, where you can expand your skills on emerging technologies such as cloud, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things or IoT, blockchain, and so much more. And then we have Forage, which I mentioned earlier. So you can also get a head start on your career with the Forage job simulations, again, included in your Nexford program and Nexford tuition. These immersive experiences let you practice real-world skills, but at real companies like JP Morgan and Accenture, to build your confidence and to give you a competitive edge in the job market. You'll also receive a certificate upon completion. All right, the exciting part, guys, is talking about how we use AI in the classroom at Nexford. I don't know if you heard already, but AI is, the use of AI and learning about AI is currently mandatory at Nexford. So it is not an option. AI isn't treated as an optional enhancement. It's a core thread that runs throughout the learner journey at Nexford. It's embedded across every program to ensure practical, real-world application. So whether you're studying marketing, HR, finance, or tech, AI is part of the conversation from the very start. So as shown in the video here, our AI and marketing module introduces learners to the transformative role of AI in understanding customer behavior. This activity encourages learners to reflect on the impact of AI within their own industry and to apply insights to enhance marketing effectiveness. They're prompted to consider how AI can be leveraged to better understand customer behavior, optimize marketing campaigns through predictive analytics, and to improve customer engagement and satisfaction. And by engaging with this exercise, the learners will, be equipped with practical strategies that they can apply in real-world scenarios, demonstrating, foresight and innovative thinking in their professional environments. In this example here, this activity on e-commerce chatbots helps you apply AI and ML, or machine learning, concepts to real business challenges. You can act as an AI consultant, create chatbot strategies for customer support, order tracking, and product recommendations. You'll design user scenarios, you'll develop integration plans, you'll design, you'll evaluate how these solutions impact customer experience and business goals. So this mirrors professional problem solving, where you can analyze bottlenecks, you can propose AI solutions, and you can present impactful implementation plans, ensuring that you're not just job ready, but you're also innovation ready. Here in Module 5 of our professional communication course, learners are asked to use an AI tool of their choice to rewrite a pitch that they originally created themselves. They then compare both versions, analyzing wording, tone, emotional impact, and accuracy. The goal is not just to use AI, but to think critically about its strengths and its limitations in real-world communication, encouraging thoughtful and responsible use of AI. So each assignment includes a grading rubric, as you can see. This is in general at Nexford. Everything is a grading rubric, details what's needed to achieve the highest marks. So you'll see at the bottom, analysis and critical thinking is a key criterion. The rubric really emphasizes the importance of a reflective approach to using AI. Yeah, there it is at the bottom there. All right, last but not least, guys, I just wanted to share with everybody this very powerful example of a learner submission. I'm excited to share this. It's from our intercultural communication course. This assignment was designed to encourage deep reflection on personal cultural identity, a fundamental step in building intercultural competence. Learners were asked to reflect on their cultural backgrounds, experiences, and how these influence their communication styles, values, and perspectives. What's particularly exciting is how this learner thoughtfully used AI as a tool to enhance their storytelling while maintaining a deeply personal and authentic voice. It's a wonderful example of how AI can, support, not replace, meaningful self-expression. So I'd like to play this for everybody just for a bit.
Navigating identity in a blended world. Hello, and thank you for listening. My name is Indi Kibet, and I'm 23 years old. I live in Kenya, and I'm currently taking the class Intercultural Communication. Today, I want to share a glimpse into my cultural identity, shaped by my Kenyan roots and my experiences living within a mix of Kenyan and Western influences. I'll take you into my family traditions, my connection to
It looks like we might have lost sound. I don't know if that's just me, but I did have a question, unless Mai is back with us. I think she might be.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, was that not audible for everybody?
It was at first, but then it went away, at least for me. I don't know if Dr. Bill, if you had the same experience.
Oh no, sorry to hear that. Should I go back a little bit? Do you
I think
recall?
it's good. I think we got the gist of it.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's it's a nice example of an assignment. I'd love actually, maybe while we're on kind of looking at an assignment, Felipe, I'd love to hear a little bit from you about your experiences with assignments in your classes, submitting them, assessments, professor feedback, like Dr. Bill talked about.
Perfect. So, well, the first thing here is regarding Canvas. As you were saying previously, Canvas is a really intuitive LMS. It's a really good platform, and it's gonna make so easy your learning process that you are gonna really enjoy it. Submit the assignments and all of this is really, really easy to do. Um, Secondly, I will say that the submission is really easy. Like you do your assignment in your own time, you decide when to do it, and you submit it on date. And the cool part about this is how you receive the feedback from your professor. So every course has its own rubric, every assignment has its own rubric, and your professor actually lets you know in which part of the rubric were you, and lets you and gives you comments about your assignment. So you get and understand and get feedback on what you did well, what you did wrong, and how to improve yourself. And also another thing that I want to say is regarding AI. So I had an experience just in a course, and is that um, eh, they actually encourage us to use AI. So it was use AI and leverage AI to submit this assignment, and this is really, really cool and really, really useful, because in this world AI is really at the top of it, and having AI in your course is actually helping you to develop your career.
Thank you so much.
That's incredible. Super happy to hear how you're already using it in your assignments. That's fantastic. All right. I want to give everybody a chance to start sending in their questions. I know we've been receiving questions already, so that's fantastic. Keep it coming, guys. So this is your last chance to, you can ask me questions. You can ask Heidi, Felipe, Dr. Bill, while we're on the call before we wrap up today. So while I give you a chance, I'd like to ask Felipe also some, last questions. How would you say your Nexford program has changed your life so far?
Perfect. So I think that career growth, basically, and that in conjunction with the possibility to manage your own time. That's the main reason that I choose NXU, and is the possibility to manage your own time, because this asynchronous learning let you balance work and life. You don't have to, for example, you don't have to sleep just 1 hour in order to complete your work and complete your assignments and complete everything. No, you can, with NXU, you have the possibility to leverage both of them to balance your life, to actually enjoy studying and do it at your own pace. And I would say that this has not only impacted in my professional life, but also in my personal life, because all the tools that I have learned through the process have also helped me to understand and develop critical thinking that is, very useful for the normal life.
Incredible. Yeah, like it sounds like those are things that are definitely notable already, notable changes. Have you got any advice for anybody who is worried about those things you mentioned? Like, am I not going to sleep? How am I going to balance my studies with my job? Maybe they have family responsibilities. There's a lot of reasons somebody could be hesitant to take that step to get started with online learning. Have you got any advice for them, for any current or aspiring learners?
Yes. So basically, here is organize and take advantage of what NXU offers. So, as first thing, customers, alumni success, fairy godmother. I mean, it's always going to be there. Use them, talk with them, chat with them, book the advising sessions with your professors that are really useful for you to understand how to um, organize your course and how to deliver on time your assignments. Two, it's your own time. So if you have responsibilities at work, if you have family responsibilities, you can do them and plan your time to actually submit your assignments. So you don't have to choose between one or the other. You can do both, but I mean, you have to organize. But definitely, and at least in my experience, and this is really clear, you are not gonna lose sleep, or you are not gonna lose your life, your personal life. You can balance both, because NXU allows to do that, allows you to have a great balance between work, between personal life, family life, and obviously while you maintain and while you obtain your certifications and you obtain your career growth that you want.
Fantastic. That is some great advice. I hope everybody took notes. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, Felipe. All right. I know we're a little over time here, but let's see if we have some time for some questions.
Absolutely. So we have a few. So, what is the difference in terms of content when you enroll for the degree in analytics versus MSDA? I'm asking this because the MSDA does not necessarily need you to possess the data analytics degree.
Okay, that is a good question. I would really recommend you check the difference in the programs and the courses. It's very clear on the learner outcomes. And let me show you as well. I think the slide might.
Yeah, if you don't mind, just while you're pulling that up, I think that question, as well as so many others, I'm always going to have so many more questions, in which case I would recommend whoever's been reaching out to you, reach out to them, book an appointment with us, have a conversation, because we're really going to get into all of the details of your program, your background, and your goals, and make sure that, what you're choosing is aligned to what you're looking for.
Exactly, exactly. I'll be showing everybody shortly also just our contact information. I can show it right now, in fact. You'll see that there is a link where you can book a consultation call with a senior Nexford application specialist. And this call can be 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You can even book for an hour if you want to, and just talk about your current career goals, your previous education, what you're looking for, your job. It can really be in depth, and they can help match you with a program that, matches exactly what you're looking for today and where you want to go. So I truly recommend reaching out to our team. There's a ton of help always available. And instead, you can send us an email as well if you want it written down for you. Send us an email at help@nexford.edu. You can also chat with us anytime on WhatsApp on the number listed here on the screen as well.
Thank you for that. So, question about the thesis. I'm going to try to answer this, Mai, and then you let me know if there's anything I didn't cover. So, questions about the thesis, which I would just say a thesis period is more for people in PhD kind of research programs. Here you're going to have your, your discussion questions, your assignments, your deliverables, assessments. That's where your grades are going to be coming from, not a big research project. Again, practical, relevant. We have got capstone kind of business simulations of things, but you're not going to be diving that far into, having to research something for a year before you graduate. So anything else you'd add to that, Mai?
No, you said it perfectly. Yeah, what we have is what we call like a capstone project, and that's available, in the master's program, like the MBA. And I believe, unless there's been changes in the curriculum since I last checked, but I believe there's, an entrepreneurial focus that you can choose between in the capstone project. But yeah, it isn't the traditional thesis.
Thank goodness, I say, but
Right?
so thank you for the virtual tour. You're welcome. Ebomir asks, what is the grading system like? Great question. And what happens if you fail?
That is a fantastic question. So I think I feel like Dr. Bill might have more to, light to shed on this than I can.
I will sure try, but I will begin by saying if you're going to fail, this is the place to do it because we're going to help you improve.
I
So I
love
think
that. That's
the issue
beautiful.
of failing is a positive thing in this environment. We don't want you making mistakes when you're out in the field affecting your income. But what really happens in the course, you get the feedback. If the content of your response is close to being correct, you're going to get the pointers on that. If you are totally off base, you could fail. And it happens sometimes when people misunderstand the instructions, which is primarily what happens because the material is presented in such a way it's hard to not understand it to some degree. But we grade it on a scale. You'll find that if you're proficient and if you're distinguished at it, if you do a great job, you'll hear it. And also in the feedback, you'll get a few comments from me or the professor in that course that saying, yeah, you might have touched up here a little bit more. You might have looked a little deeper there. Thinking now in the master's program, it's a graduate program. So a little more critical thinking, a little more analytical skills are called for. But again, as Heidi mentioned, we're not talking about doctoral level dissertation work here. And you do some research. In other words, you go to the library, and the library is online. It's an excellent, excellent library here. You should never have to go to any other one because the databases in there are phenomenal. And you go in, you look some things up, and you support your thinking. I really don't care how you answer the question sometimes, but if you support your answer in a reasonable way, that's a successful assignment. So
Bill,
don't be afraid of failing.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like you've ever had a student who was really putting in 12 to 15 hours of time a week and failed? Like is failing more frequently for those who maybe aren't logging in and doing the things?
I would answer that this way, Heidi. I think the ones who fail by our traditional understanding of it are the ones who are trying to get away with something and we can't let that happen because of our accreditation.
Great answer.
If you think
So
you're going to send a check in and get a degree, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
But failing that way is different than failing to understand something.
Yeah.
Because when you read something and you answer it, you're still learning something. It may not be
Yes.
perfectly correct, but you're
Yeah.
learning something. So
Yeah.
other than the diabolical type people that may think they're going to send a check into Nexford and graduate, that's not part of our game plan. But if you
Yeah.
make an effort, I'm struggling here to come up with even a number on how many that really can't do it, because
Yeah.
the program is so designed and it's staffed so that it does get a little more difficult towards the end, but that's expected because you should be a little smarter towards the end.
And what I'm hearing is you can do it. If you remember why you're here and why
Absolutely.
you want it, what made you even
Right.
request it,
I
show
made
up.
it, and I'm the
Yeah.
least likely scholarly person on the planet, but I made it, so I think everybody is.
I feel that. Thank you so much.
I loved hearing that you'll be a little smarter towards the end. That's so beautifully said, honestly, Dr. Bill. It's like, yeah, it's like building a muscle throughout the program.
Yeah,
It's
love this
exercise.
question. And this looks like our last one. Uh, any form of recognition or reward or distinction for academic performance?
I don't believe we currently have distinctions, but I know that a lot of the learners will post about it anyway, like getting a 4.0 GPA, getting the max, getting all A's. It's still amazing. It's still amazing to be able to share, your results at the end and to say that you were acing every project. So we might not have, distinctions, but it's really there. And then yeah.
I can add to that, and I'm very familiar with the business world, having been in it for as long as I have. And when reviewing resumes or going for job interviews, not too many people ask you what your grade is. They ask you, can you apply this skill? Are you familiar with that? Do you have experience? What is your comprehension of this and that? I've never heard anyone say, did you get a B or a C in a particular applied
Yeah.
science project or something like that?
Yep.
Very-
It's more of
Performance.
a personal thing.
Yeah.
Very true, very true. And I was part of a career webinar recently where we had recruitment experts, and they were talking about how nobody looks at the CV anymore and looks for that. Did the person get a 4.0 or a 3.5? Nobody's looking for that. Yeah.
They want problem solvers. They
Yeah. Yeah.
don't want A students, they want problem solvers.
Yeah. What
Yes.
can you do? Charles, I see pictures of people graduating. Is that in person or online? It's in person. Our graduations are the best days of the year. Mai, is there anything you'd like to kind of take us on a graduation kind of
Yeah.
summer?
Yeah, I know the details. I don't know if they're live yet, so I can't reveal too much, but the location has been determined for the next graduation ceremony, so stay tuned. I know that'll be on our socials and our marketing as soon as the details are finalized for our audience and our future graduates. So yeah, we've had graduation ceremonies in some local, for where we had a lot of graduates, like in Nigeria, but we've had one in Washington, D.C. So will it be there next again? Stay tuned. I can't say too much. So yeah.
Graduations days are the best part of the whole thing, because when you go there, everybody's smiling and everybody's happy. Nobody's worried about the news that we heard that morning. Nobody's worried about the geopolitical conflicts around the world. Everybody has a smile on their face graduation day. It's great.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so I hope everybody on the call with us today is getting their applications ready, getting their enrollment ready, and can start learning with us as soon as the next intake. So guys, today is the last day if you want to enroll for the next intake, being September 1. But of course, if it's too tight, if it's too soon, we have, our programs start on the 1st of every month. So we welcome you anytime you're ready to get started, and yeah, you won't regret it. So any final words from anybody before we wrap up today?
I'll just say thank you everyone for joining. If you've been thinking about this for a while, seize the day. There's no time like the present. We're halfway through 2025 and you've got the rest of the year to make forward movement on your goals and I'll tell you, just that first step, knowing you're showing up for yourself feels so good and you're doing the right thing. So I'm so excited for you. Welcome. It's my birthday, so apply and join us now. Like help me be happy.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Bill, Felipe, my beautiful job. It's always a pleasure being on.
Same here. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Heidi, Dr. Bill, and Felipe also for joining us today and making this session absolutely amazing. So thank you. All right,
Thank
thanks
you very
everybody.
much.
Take care all.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.